Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to underway. This is the game that the matchup that I wanted to stream yesterday, but a little day late, but still gonna have it. So Barnes on the mound for Lotte. That is a big deal for Lotte. I'll explain that whenever the game starts. Defensively, Wang Sung Bin out in center field now. Yoon Dong Hee. I do need to change that. Is uh, Yoon Dong Hee is back, but he is in right field while Reyes is in left. So that is incorrect. But Barnes on the mound, a 5.40 ERA on the season. But his last two starts have been much better. 7 innings in his last starts. Gave up 2 runs, 11 strikeouts. Weiss also had a rough start to the season. So the fact that he is pitching better also obviously coincides with the fact that Hanwha overall has been much better as of late. So uh, important things there. But the big thing is Barnes is on the mound. That is not a good sign for Hanwha. They have really just not done well against Barnes in Barnes's career. He is pretty much dominated Hanwha as much as you could possibly dominate one team. Uh, 2023, 3 games 3-0. 2024, or sorry, 2022, 3 games 3-0. 2024 or 23, 4 games 2-0, and 2024, 4 games 2-2. So first pitch is a ball, but we are underway. Wang Young Mook leading things off for Hanwha, hitting a buck 91 at the top of the lineup, and that is in there for strike, and it's 1-1. Big thing for Barnes is strikeouts. A ton of strikeouts against Hanwha last year in 4 games. 31 strikeouts in 4 games is that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman bobbles it a bit, and he's not going to be able to make the play. And just like that, we've got an error already, but we've got a base runner. As Wang Young Mook will enjoy first base, courtesy of the leadoff error. All right. Well, that's one way to get on, I guess. That brings up Florio. Florio with a 12-game hitting streak. He doesn't even have the biggest hitting streak in this game, as that is upstairs 1-1 or 1-0. Junmin Jae has I believe, a 15-game hitting streak going. Go Sung Min has a 7-game hitting streak. So both of the two spots in this lineup have pretty good hitting streaks going. And the 1-0 sets up on the outside, and that's a swing and a miss. Barnes, 4 main pitches. Slider first, 35% of the time, 130 kilometers an hour. Then a four seam, 34%, 35% of the time. So about 50. Those two pitches are going to be the main, 70%. And then from off that, it throws a changeup about 20%. And then from there, also a two seam 10% of the time. So mainly those 4 pitches. He'll mix in as something else every once in a while, just to keep him off a little bit. But here comes the 1-1 pitch. Florio average up to 280 now on the season. And the 1-1 misses upstairs, and it's 2-1. So last time I streamed Hanwha, it's been a while. OPS 900 in the month of April, 487 in the month of May or March. People were talking about shopping for a new foreign bat back in March, and now they're telling him to rip up his passport and stay a while. It's amazing how quickly things change. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hanwha does steal a lot of bases. They have the most attempts in the league. As Yugong Nam is looking over at Wang Young Mook. Doesn't go, but fouls that away, and it stays 2-2. Kiwi, what's your final score prediction? All right, the 2-2 pitch. And misses outside, and we've got ourselves our first full count of the day. Did take a 2 batters to get there. So that probably means that Wang Young Mook is going to be off on this pitch. And that is going to be a broken bat, and that's going to be in the gap. Wang Young Mook is going to go first to third, as that is going to be a single. And now they've got runners on the corner with nobody out, as that's is going to be the first hit. And just like that, the air is going to come back to haunt them. Hanwha has just had things going lately. As I actually have the wrong side there. There we go. So again, they just have had things going their way lately. The air to start with, and then a broken bat, little single into a right center field. All right, that brings up Moon Hyun Min. My jinx. You don't like my Lotte jersey? Oh, Moon Hyun Bin hitting 320 on the season. Hanwha, how many people do they have hitting over 300? Just Moon Hyun Bin. The rest of the lineup after the 6 spot is a buck way under the Mendoza line. That is a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. All right, the 0-1 pitch. Need a double. They need a strikeout here, as that is not a strikeout, but it is a strike as he fouls it away, and it's 0-2. I feel like I'm supporting both teams today. I have orange on my hat, and I have my Lotte uniform on. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up in the other batter's box, and he checks on Florio. Barnes did not look like he was very happy with having to throw this 0-2 pitch in the other batter's box. All righty, well, maybe we'll get an 0-2 pitch here. Again, sets up in the other batter's box. Nope, checks on Florio again. He's not far off the bag. Just 1 or 2 steps back, and he is in safely. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now they set up in the other batter's box on the edge of the catcher's box. And he fouls that away, and it stays 0-2. Go inside. Fastball up and in. He's cheating on the outside. Says expand the zone. And again, sets up way on the edge of like 1 foot out of the catcher's box. And it's way outside. Again, it's the stupidest thing in the world. Like yesterday I was watching, Owan Suk was catching him looking on an 0-2 count because they were expecting that pitch way on the outside, and he would run it inside, and they would be just dumbfounded. As here comes the 1-2 pitch, and checks over on Florio again. Again, up and in with a fastball. If he does get a piece of it, he's going to pop it up. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the inside this time. Up and in, and he chops it. He catches him over at third base, and he's out. 1-5 putouts will move Florio up to first, but caught in no man's land. Again, he went up and in, and he chopped it to the first baseman. Wang Young Mook comes off the bag, can't get back in time. And now you've got runners on first and second with one out, and Moon Hyun Bin. I keep hitting the wrong side with Moon Hyun Bin now and No Shiwan stepping in now. A big out there for Charlie Barnes. Nice play by Na Sung Yup too. Yeah. All right, No Shiwan steps in, and that is ball one low, and it's 1-0. 266 on the season for No Shiwan. 8 home runs now on the season. He has really taken off here in the last couple weeks. 3 straight games with a home run. He's got 5 home runs in his last 5 games. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike at the top of the zone, 1-1. Last 5 games, 5 home runs, 471 on a 3 for 5, a 2 for 4, a couple 1 for 3s, and a 1 for 2. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that is lifted, but foul. And it's 1-2. No Shiwan loves going the other way. Alrighty, here we go. First and second, 1 out. A 1-2 pitch. And that spins off, and Florial takes a couple steps back to second base. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that is ripped into left field. Reyes picks it up. He'll come home. But that is not a good throw home. And Hanwha will take the early 1-0 lead on the RBI single from No Shiwan. That'll move the runners up. And Florial comes home. No Shiwan now on the first. Moon Hyun Bin over there at second. And that'll bring up Chae Sung. Runners on first and second still with 1 out as Barnes is now getting ready to throw pitch 20 here in the first inning. Chae Sung steps in at 295 on the season for him, and that is outside ball 1. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Sets up on the inside, way inside. And he misses upstairs, and it's 2-0. Since the 22nd, 379 batting average. Again, he did not start well. He didn't have a home run until about 20 games in. And the 2-0 misses, and that's 3-0 now. Barnes has struggled with walks a little bit this year. In 25 games last year, he had 51 walks. In 5 games this year, he's had 11 walks already. He had a 1 game with 4, 1 game with 3, and 1 game with 2. The other one's just singles, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk to load up the bases. And that'll bring up Eugene Young, the only other guy on this team that's, at the bottom of this order that really has much of a batting average. I'll have a little pitching visit. Would love to know because I could find how they pitch on 5 days rest, whether they pitch Monday or Tuesday and then they pitch again on Sunday, how well they pitch on 6 days rest. but I wonder if there's any stat that is possible to find that is how they pitch after the day after a rain delay or a canceled game, so that they were getting ready to pitch on one day, and then they had to wait and pitch the next day. So Eugene Young steps in, 286 on the season for today's left fielder, as Kim Tae-yeon is not in there, as that is low, and it's 1-0. He really just had his opening game, his first game of the season was just a big clunker. So here comes the 1-0, and that is fouled away, and it's 1-1. If he can get out of this inning with just giving up a run, then that would be considered successful. I'm not entirely sure why Im Jong Chan is starting in right field. A lefty on a lefty, questionable. As here comes the 1-1, and that is gonna drop in and roll to the corner. One run is gonna come in. Here comes No Shiwan. 2 runs is in as Cheon Sung is gonna head on over to third base. And that is going to be 2 RBI double. And Hanwha is quickly up 3-0. As this is not a good day for Mr. Barnes. Still just 1 out as they are trying to pile it on. Very important. You had runners on first and seconds, nobody out. And what did they do? Not bunt. As that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Kim Jong-John hitting 136 on the season. Just came back up today as Cheon Ho apparently can't run right now. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Alrighty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside, and that's going to be a chopper, but it's foul, and it stays 0-2. Kim Jong-chan is a guy that strikes out 40 to 45% of the time. He hits extremely well down in the second league, but the minute he gets up to the second league, he just gets destroyed. Chases pitches out of the zone, can't catch up to fastballs. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Sets up way outside, and he fouls a pitch off that was outside of the zone again. And it's 30 pitches now for Barnes in this first inning. Very similar to yesterday's game with Kim Kwon-hyun. Ended up, throwing 30 pitches in his first inning and gave up 2 runs. And both of them are righty or lefties that feature first pitch sliders, and this is going to be an 0-2 on the inside, and that is going to be another single. As Eugene Young got a good read on it, but he's going to be held up at third. And Cheon Sung is going to come home with the 4th run of this game already for Hanwha, as they are just piling it on at this point. Barnes already given up 4 runs. All of it started with a leadoff error. And Eugene Young had a really good read on it, but he was held at third. They figured, hey, there's no points. We've only got 1 out. Oh, 2 pitch, and he gives up an RBI single. And rough start for Lotte. Obviously, the error by Wong Young Mook, and then a broken bat single from there, a ground out. It looked really good for Lotte as they got a 1-5 putouts. But after that, it's been a single, walk, a double, and a single, and 4 runs have scored. 31 pitches for Barnes, not 32 like I have on the screen there. EJ Wan will step in. He's the number 8 hitter, the catcher, 185 on the season. And here comes the first pitch. Outside, 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that is lifted into right field. That should score a run. Yoon Dong-hee grabs it. He will come home, but nowhere near. And that will be a sacrifice fly. And they will take the 5-0 lead. Very important that they get that 5th run because right now, SSG is actually up 5-0 on KT. So KT's currently sitting in second place, a few percentage points ahead of Hanwha. All right, Im Jong-chan over at first. Shimu Jun steps into the box. He is the 9th guy that they have sent to the plate today, just in the top of the first, and that's in there for strike. 0-1. 175 on the season. Does have 10 hits and 5 RBIs. So when he does get a hit, it's usually a scoring type. And the 0-1 pitch pops him up. That will get out of play though, and it's 0-2. 35 pitches for Barnes so far. Cuevas also getting absolutely rocked. All righty, the 0-2 pitch. And ripped, but it's foul, and it stays 0-2. Yeah, they were calling for his head earlier. In the next 2.5 weeks is extremely important for Hanwha. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's up on the inside. Way upstairs. 1-0 or 1-2. Yeah, apparently. Is again, Hanwha, their winning streak has been against the bottom of the league. Right now, they're going to have Lotte, KT, LG, Kia, and Samsung in their next 5 series. As that is popped up and foul. So they took the big lead against the bottom of the league, and the fact that the bottom of the league also did not have a lot of their players. Again, SSG is without Che Jong and Heredia. Then you have NC was without Davidson. You had Hume again without Che Juwan and Cardenas. You had a lot of these. You had Kia without Kim Do Young and Pak Chan Ho at the time. A lot of these teams that they've been beating have been missing their big bats. And they've been able to come from behind by getting into the bullpens. Obviously, the 7-game winning streak for the Hanwha starters is not necessarily a bullpen thing, but here comes pitch 40 in the top of this first inning. Outside the throw down to first, second, and that is not going to be in time. And he will have himself a stolen base. Yu Gong Nam is not known for his arm. He was known as a framing catcher, which is pretty much useless at with the ABS zone. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Pops him up. but it gets out foul, and it'll be pitch number 42 coming up. Yeah, Lotte bullpen at least is rested after having 2 days off because they're going to be needed. All right, the 2-2 pitch. 2 outs to pitch number 2, and a swing and a miss, and that will finally end this first inning. It is one that Barnes would like to forget. They do leave one on, ladies and gentlemen, but they get 5 across. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It is Hanwha 5. Lotte hasn't had a bat yet. Not a good start. Not, I don't even know what to say. 42 pitches in the first inning from your starter is not a good thing. Seven at bats with runners on base. So Weiss out on the mound as I'll get to. So Weiss out on the mound. He has not pitched well against Busan or against Lotte, and he has not pitched well in Busan. So while Barnes did just give up 5, the history is not good on Weiss's side either. In fact, so last year in 3 games against Lotte, 7.20 ERA. In the 2 games in Busan, an 8.71 ERA. He pitched 10.1 innings in his 2 games. They had a 256 batting average against him, 4 walks, 10 runs. So he has not pitched well in Busan. He has pitched well in his last 2 games. His first 3 games were not looking good in the season. Very similar to Barnes, where Barnes had a rough 2 of his first 3 games were rough. His second game was 7 innings, 1 hit or 1 run, but took the loss because Lotte didn't score. But Weiss has given up 2 runs in both the last 2 games to get his only 2 wins. He's 2-1 on the season. Wang Sungbin looks at strike 1 on the inside corner, and that'll be 0-1. 369 for this season for Wang Sungbin. If he gets on, that'll be a matchup to look at. Is 7 stolen bases, and that is low on the inside, and it's 1-1. Weiss, 4 pitches, mainly 2 pitches, really. Mainly a fastball, 48% of the time, 148, 149, 150 kilometers an hour. And then off of that, a slider, 40% of the time, 39% of the time. Does throw a curveball 10% of the time, and change up about 4 or 5 is in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-2 now. And swing and a miss, and that is 1 away. That's the start that Hanwha wanted. Big sweeper on the inside. Gets him diving back and trying to slap it away, but he's not able to. And 1 away now. Next up is gonna be Go Sung Min, as that is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Go Sung Min, 281 on the season. The big 6'4" or 6'5", something like that, second baseman, fouls that away, and it's 0-2. And here comes the 0-2. A big, beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and that will be a 3-pitch strikeouts finally, you're not playing around and trying to dance around the strike zone as he uses that curveball. Again, 10% of the time he's going to use that. That was a perfect time. All right, Jun Janu at 261 on the season. Looks at ball one on the outside. He is definitely hoping to extend this inning. Again, Barnes 42 pitches in that first inning. And to get a 1-2-3 from his team is not what they're looking for as he swings and misses the ball below the zone. And it's 1-1 now. And it catches him looking at the bottom of the zone, and it's now 1-2. He's going to strike out the side here. Here comes, got to be an outside, throw it off the plate sweeper. He does, and does he go around? He does, and that is going to be 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Good night. Lotte, get ready for Wednesday, I guess. We will head to the second inning. It's Hanwha 5, Lotte 3 strikeouts. Hanwha will have the top of the lineup coming up. Pretty solid start for Weiss there. 11 pitches, 3 strikeouts. That is what you call efficient. Forgive my French. Let's see here. Trying to do my calculations. I think that's right. 4 for 6 with runners on base, 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Thank you. Thank you, Millie. Is that a snowflake? Oh, spiderweb? I don't know. Target? I don't know what your little emoticon thingy is. Barnes hanging out in the lean back, the Fat Joe chairs. All right, the Wong Young Mook will lead things off. He reached on an error in his first at bats. All right, Wong Young Mook looking like a bee up at the plates with his pinstripes and yellow gear as that is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. 288 now on the season for Wong Young Mook. And the 0-1 catches the outside, and it's 0-2. This is a thing where Barnes 42 pitches in the first inning. He cannot dance around. He has got to challenge these batters as he swings and misses there in the dirts and the throw over to first. And that will be 2 straight strikeouts for the big lefty. That'll bring up Florio. Again, with a pitch count at 42 in the first inning, he's got to have some 10 or 11 pitch innings for the next 3 innings. Basically, he's got to really challenge these. There's no 0-2 throw it in the other batter's box, hope they chase it crap. He's just got to start challenging these guys as that one is outside and it's ball 1. Florio singled and scored a run back in the first inning. 287 now as he continued his hit streak. It's up to I think 13 games now as that is also outside and it's 2-0. So 13 game hitting streak for Florio. And another 2-0 is in there for a strike, 2-1. 144 is Barnes is calling his own pitches, punching it in on the glove and saying, this is what I'm throwing. Just catch it, please. As that's a swing and a miss as he got him chasing that slider off the plates. And it's 2-2. Up and in with a fastball. As Florio calls time. Has to think about what's going on after chasing that pitch way off the zone. And here it comes. Sets up right down the middle and misses outside. And another full count. Florio had a full count. Our full count last inning, and the only full count of the last inning. Ended up singling to right center on a broken bat. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball past the diving first baseman. Florio's probably going to round first. He's digging for second. And he will be in there with another hit, his second hit of the day. And just like that, they've got another base runner in scoring position. Yeah, he's going to do it the natural way. Single, a double, a triple, and then a home run in the fourth. Can he do it in 4 straight innings? I don't think that's ever been done. That would be absolutely ridiculous. All right, Moon Hyun Bin, he grounded into a 1-5 putouts. That is a swing and a miss way up in the zone. That's the pitch I said that he should have thrown. That high fastball. 316 on the season for Moon Hyun Bin. Again, the 1-5 ground outs. It did come around to score, though. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And fouls that away, and it's 0-2. All right, now here comes the slider off the plates. Yeah, the 0-2 pitch. Young Nam sets up outside. Slider off the plates. Lifted, but left fielder Reyes under it. And that will be 2 away. All right, Noshiwan steps in. He had an RBI single back in the first inning. Came around to score also. He has the current game-winning hits. If Lotte doesn't score 5 runs before Hanwha scores some more. Hi. Dayun, no Dayun, no Dayun, Dayun, no. All right, here comes the pitch, and that's going to be chopped foul, and it's 0-1. Dayun, Dayun. All right, the 0-1 pitch, 55 pitches. Here comes pitch number 56. Upstairs, and it's 1-1. Noshiwan would love to extend his home run streak to 4 games. That would, I think, tie a couple. Oton Sonsu. Which one? As here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball past the third baseman as he air again. As Noshiwan comes through with an air, I guess it comes through. As another run for Hanwha. The third baseman not able to corral it there. 2 errors now for Lotte. All right, Noshiwan over at first. Chan Sung walked in his first at bat and looks at strike 1 at the top of the zone. 295 on the season, still, since he walked in the first at bats. Came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball. Barnes grabs it, underhand toss. And that will be 3 away. but not before they get another one and another error. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 6-0. Hanwha. Good Lord. Somebody stop the beating. Somebody stop the beating. I can't believe they did not give him an error. I'm sorry. No, that is a freaking error. The scorers in the KBO are pathetic. Like, I mean, have they ever actually watched any sort of game before? They hit it right to the third baseman. He went down to his knees to try to grab it. It hits off his glove, and then they say it's not an error. Good Lord. I'm sorry, that's an error. I don't care. The official scorers are as bad at their job as the umpires are at theirs. Is unbelievably bad. Nowhere in the world, not even in your kids' t-ball game, is that not an error. 6-0 already. I was expecting Hanwha to win, but not by this much. But they're gonna have to pick it up because SSG is up 9-0 in the second inning against KT. All right, Weiss back out on the mound. 11 pitches, 3 strikeouts in his first inning. And that is in there for a strike. All right, the 0-1 pitch fouled away, and it's 0-2. Again, challenge them at this point. You've got a 6-run lead. You can challenge these guys. And that is going to drop in for a hit as Reyes breaks up the perfect game, breaks up the no-hitter all in one swing. And Lotte has got a base runner, ladies and gentlemen. What do they do with it as Na Sung Yup steps in? Good pitch. Below the knees, he just went down and got it. And pitches in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone to Na Sung Yup. Na Sung Yup, 267 on the season, 5 home runs. He has also been hitting extremely well as of late as he swings at that pitch that is way below the zone, and it's 0-2. Another 0-2 count. Na Sung Yup in his last 5 games, 2 homers. Looks like 2-6 for 7, 14, 2-6 for 18 as that gets away. And Reyes will move up to second base on the wild pitch. Well done, EJ1. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. Reyes will come home, and that will be a 1 run as they have cut the lead down, ladies and gentlemen. They've chopped it down to just 5. As 2 straight hits, a wild pitch, and Lotte is back in this, ladies and gentlemen. They are back in it. Reyes looks like it hurts him so much to run. It really does. Weiss did not want to throw that pitch. Weiss was shaking his head. Apparently, Yoon Dong Hee steps in. Hey, would you call that play back in the second inning? Would you call that an error? You're a Lotte fan. Would you say that's an error on the third baseman? All right, a Yoon Dong Hee, 200 on the season. He does have one home run. That was the first ever home run over the monster wall at Hanwha's brand new stadium as he fouls that away, and it's 0-1. But yes, you're calling it an error anyway. Yeah. Now, if it was Lotte's third baseman that hit that to No Shiwan, would that have been an error or would that have been a hit? And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a pitch in the other batter's box, and it's 1-2. I think he's got another year before he hits free agency. I think another year. 7 years, right? No, this year. I don't think he got enough years in his other one. So maybe this year and next is the 1-2 pitch laid off of it, and it's a 2-2 count. Beautiful pitch. Thought he would have got him, but he did not. I love how you guys flip. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch. That is going to be into right field, and just like that, 3 straight hits. And they've got runners on first and second. As there's a foreigner in the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. A foreigner in the crowd. Nice inside out swing as this shoots it right into right field, right in front of the third base or the right fielder. As they'll have another mound visit here. The pitching coach comes out now. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the second as he's given up 3 straight singles, a wild pitch. The crowd is a bumping in Sajik. Son Ho Young steps in at 211. He was not playing in the first series as he was down in the second league or maybe injured. I can't remember. As a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Three strikeouts in the first inning, and he has given up 3 singles here in the second inning. 452 last year against Hanwha. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. That is ripped, but into the netting by the bullpen, and it's 0-2. All righty, here comes the 0-2 pitch. He stands up. He goes up, but he pops it up, and Florio will cruise underneath it. And he will not tag up. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Yugong Nam, who is having himself a season, honestly. Finally came back after an injury last year, has really taken off as of late. 327 on the season for Yugong Nam. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. One out now, bottom of the second. Runner on first and second. 8 and 9 hitters coming up. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. And SSG is now up 10-0 against KT. But Cuevas is still out there. Still got their starting pitcher out there. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Just catches the outside of the zone, and it's 0-2. Yugong Nam's like, oh, we don't get that pitch. 6 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 so far in the third. SSG with 3 home runs already today against Cuevas. Jesus. As the 0-2 outside, and it's 1-2. And swing and a miss on the pitch out of the zone, and that's will be strikeout number 4 and out number 2. Brings up the hottest hitter in the KBO, Jeonmin Jae, 15-game hitting streak currently. He would love to extend it here. And that is low, ball 1. 397 on the season, 29 hits, does have a home run. 20 pitches now for Weiss in the second inning. Here comes pitch number 21. A swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Important thing is they're giving a little bit of a break. Hitting 486 at home. The only person hitting better is Moo Hyun Bin is hitting 500 as that is lifted into left field. Going, but foul as Eugene Young looks like he ran into the wall, I think. I just suddenly saw him lay down on the ground. Again, these new ballparks, Lotte's not new, but they have 2 walls that jarred out. It's absolutely awful design. Basically, two big. It's not even like a wall that jarts out and runs down. It's literally just like 2 like triangles that suddenly kick out. All right, the 1-2 pitch. And he gets a piece of it. That's going to be a slow roller. Noshiwan grabs it, throws in time, and they will strand a pair on the 5-3 groundouts. So they get 3 hits, but after the 3 hits, they get 3 outs. And we will go to the third inning. It's 6-1 Hanwha. Well, they got themselves some hits. They got Weiss's pitch count up a little bit, so 23 pitches in that inning. Mm-hmm. One hit with a runner in scoring position. It's the only run that they got there. So 2 for 5 with runners on base. Lilo and Stitchy. All right, so Hanwha will have Eugene Young leading things off in the top of the third inning. Trying to add to their lead, trying to catch up to that SSG score. Others around the league, Samsung is up 3-0 against Kia. Kim Do-hyun struggling 53 pitches through 2 innings. All right, so first pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. 60 pitches now for Barnes. Eugene Young pops up over the 300 mark with his RBI double, as that's going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman, and 1 away. Steps up next is Im Jong Chan. Im Jong Chan, a RBI single and a stolen base back in the first inning. And the first pitch outside, 1-0. And fouls that one away. 1-1. And in there at the bottom of the zone, and it's 1-2 now. Yeah, I still don't believe it. Is that's going to be a ground ball? Nasum Yup grabs it, tosses it to Barnes, and that be a 1-3 put out for 2 outs. My preseason pick was that they were the fifth in the league. I think they're better than Doosan, easily better than Doosan. I think obviously Kium's the worst in the league. I think they're better than Lotte. I don't think Lotte has the pitching. As here comes the pitch by EJ Young or EJ Wan running it, but Reyes tracks it down, and 1-2-3, go Hanwha. We will head to the bottom of the third. It's 6-1. No, Kium has no pitching. I think Kium will be much better next year. My thought on Kium, at least what they're trying to do this year, is I think they're basically trying out all their young pitchers. They're like, okay, who can start? Because next year, actually this year I think September 17th, Anu Jin comes back, or is eligible to come back. I don't think they're gonna have him start. I think they'll have him come out of the bullpen, and then obviously next year. So they're basically like, okay, guys, you guys are all young. I want to see who can start, who can pitch this year, who can start next year, and then next year, they'll go with the 2 starters and then 1 defensive guy. So I think next year Kium is going to be like an 8th or 9th team. Start their way back up, and then but yeah, SSG is bad, but they're not Kium bad. They're pretty close. They are pretty close, but not quite. Yeah, and again, Hanwha has not had any injuries. The fact they didn't have any injuries last year really either, and to think that they're a 20 game better team when they've added negative winning above replacements. All right, and Wong Sung Min steps in. Has struck out in his first at bats. Looks at ball one way outside. Thank you, whoever did that. All All right, the 1-0 pitch to Wong. Oh, I hate that angle as he fakes the bunt and pulls it back, and it's 2-0. Yeah, I mean, the thing is what they said were injuries weren't injuries. They were just you're not playing well. And the 2-0 slapped foul, and it's 2-1. Well, they got Anu Jen will be in 2 years, right? No, they said what they yeah. I mean he can't hit a hanging curveball is what it meant. Is that as a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 now. Alrighty, the 2-2 pitch to Wong Sung Bin. One strikeout today. Weiss trying to get back on track after 23 pitches in the second inning. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. A little, I don't know what that was, running swants. That's a little pop fly to, or little flare to the shortstop. I don't even know what to call that. I don't really, it'll be classified as a liner, but it was like running while trying to check swing, and yes, I don't know. All righty, the 1-0 pitch to Go Sung Min. He holds off on that, and it's 2-0. Weiss, 11 pitches and 3 strikeouts in that first inning, and he's definitely not back in that zone. And that misses, and it's 3-0. Weiss, earlier in the season, was struggling with command, 2 walks, 3 walks, and 5 walks. Mr. Hoon, did you see the recent voting though? Which doesn't make any sense. Kielm is one of the teams that voted to abolish the salary cap. The 3-1 pitch catches the outside and runs the count full. I thought Kielm would be one of the teams that said, no, we want to keep it. Because Hanwha, Lotte, KT, and I don't know, one other team said that they want to keep the salary cap as that is filed away. And the other team said, no, we don't want it. I figured Kium, Doosan, Lotte. Oh, NC was the other one that said they want to keep it. I figured NC, Kium, Lotte, KT, and Doosan would all want to keep it because they don't have any money. Hanwha's got all that space money, as that is filed away once again. Kium has the lowest payroll without a doubt. I'm going to guess that in 5 years, or I'm going to say 3 years, NC and Kium both won't be in the league. They'll be different teams. This is the 3-2 pitch, and that is fouled into his foots. And another 3-2 count. Running that pitch count up. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And fouled again. No, it's got to be Cacao Heroes. The Noodle Bowl. Cacao Heroes versus the Neighbor Dinos. And the 3-2 pitch, and that is going to be right back up the middle. And the shortstop decides he doesn't want to play shortstop. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be a base runner. We'll see how they score it. It should be an error. All right, that brings up Jun Janu. And pops him up. And is it going to get out of play? EJ Wan, I don't know. Somebody's head's in the way. They gave him a single on that. All righty, the 0-1 pitch. As he missed that one, gets it out of play and holds up on that. EJ Wan trying to casually entice the first base umpire. He's like, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away again, and it's 1-2. Absolute blazing speed is this game. Bottom of the third here. We're an hour into the game. All right, here comes the 1-2 pitch. 1 out, runner on first. And catches him staring at it, as that will be strikeouts number 5 for Weiss, and 2 away now. Brings up Reyes, who has the 1 run so far for Lotte, as he singled back in last inning, actually. Started off the inning with a single, went to second on a wild pitch, came around to score on the Na-Sung Yup single. Right? Think so. Yeah. All righty, here comes the first pitch. Misses inside, and it's 1-0. That pitch count is starting to creep up. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, sets up right down the middle, and he goes down and grounds it past the second baseman, and they'll have runners on first and second. As he comes up big once again. Yep, he's trying to break his record. Both of these guys are going to be lucky to get through 5 innings. He's now at 22 pitches in this inning, 23 in last inning. Na-Sung Yup looks its ball 1 outside, and it's 1-0. Thought we were going to have a great pitching matchup, but it's turned into an absolute slugfest. As here comes the 1-0 to Na-Sung Yup in a single and an RBI on his first at bat. It breaks his bat there on a pop up to Noshiwan in foul territory. And that will end the inning. They get 2 more singles, but leave 2 more on. They've left 4 on. We'll go to the 4th inning. It's 6-1 Hanwha. Leaving runners on all day long. Leaving runners on. 1 for 3 with runners on base. 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Weiss, 58 pitches now. 24 in that inning, 24 in last inning, 23 in the second. Uh, Again, Barnes with a good inning last inning. He's sitting at 66 pitches, so only 7 pitches in his last inning. Has made this where his pitch count is just as big of a deal as Weiss's. Elsewhere, looks like Bears took a 1-0 lead against Cume. SSG's up 10-1 against KT. Samsung's up 3-1 against Kia. And Shimujun, the first pitch, pops it up, right fielder under it, and that's oh. He stopped and kind of readjusted himself there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Of course, that was pitch 67, so you knew it was going to be a strike. That's going to bring up a Wang Young Mook. He's 0 for 2 on the day, reached an error in his first at-bat, and then a strikeout in his second at-bat, 0 for 2. Fakes the bunt, pulls it back, and it's outside, 1-0. Why are Hanwha games, or Lotte games, so slow all the time? As that's filed away. Again, top of the 4th here. We are an hour and 15 minutes into this game. Even you can't talk about the score because SSG is up 10-1 and they're in the bottom of the 4th. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. And did he get him? He did go around. He knew he went around too, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside, 2-2. With fastball away, or he's going to go fastball in, or he's going to go slider away. Fastball away again. Misses outside again, and a 3-2 count now. 3rd full count of the day for Hanwha. 1 for Wang Young Mook, 2 for Florial. And he fouls that away. Might just go fastball, 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 just to either get him to roll over on it or pop it up or keep that pitch counts under 100. As the 3-2 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws across his body, and that will be 2 away. That brings up Florial. Florial is having himself quite the day so far. A single, a run scored, a double, a run scored. Looking for his 3rd hit of the day as he is trying to get up to the 300 mark. And just catches the outside bottom corner for a strike. 294 on the season. Another hit should bump him up to 300. How far he has come from the buck, the 100 is in there for a strike right down the middle. Florio calls time. He did this exact same thing in his last at bat. He fell down to 0-2, called time to adjust his batting gloves and ended up getting a double out of it. Says that is in the dirt, and it's 1-2. And here comes the 1-2. Fouls it straight back, and it stays 1-2. 78 pitches now for Barnes. Again, he's a guy that he could throw 100 pitches. He's thrown 100 pitches one time, 101 pitches in his second game. He went 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and then the 1-2 way up high, and it's 2-2. So usually throws around 90 something pitches. So they'll try to get 5 innings from him. I'll hope to get 5 innings from him. And the 2-2 pitch misses inside, and it's 3-2. As Florio has his little his routine down, falls down 0-2, calls time, readjusts his batting gloves, and then he gets a full count. This is his 3rd full count of the day. And misses inside, and that will be his 3rd time on base. He's been on base in the first with a single on a full count, second inning, a double on a full count, and now with a walk on a full count. No, they're just making the cycle bigger. That's what it is. I mean, he's trying to get the full cycle. A walk, a single, a double, a triple, and a home run. All right, Moon Hyun Bin flew out to left in his first at bat or second at bats. He grounded out into a 1-5 put out in his first at bats. Oh yeah, you got to get a hit by pitch. 6 at bats. Whew. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Moon Hyun Bin misses outside, and it's 2-0. Only his second walk of the day. It's not like he's given up a lot of walks. He just, that first inning absolutely got destroyed. As here comes the 2-0 pitch, checks over on Florio, and Moon Hyun Bin swings anyway. Oh, wow. SSG's got the bases loaded in the top of the 5th with no outs. They're ready to put on more. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Oh, wow. That was a strike last year. And that's just what they said on the broadcast. All right, to the 3-0 pitch. That's way out. Ball 4. 2 walks now, back to back, and that'll bring up No Shiwan. No Shiwan would like to put this game out of reach in the 4th inning and extend his 3-game homer streak. They did lower the fences in Busan. No Shiwan, a 1 for 2 on the day. That was an error on the third baseman, not a hit. So an RBI, a run scored, an error. And we got a 1-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. And he chops it to the third baseman who throws to second. And that's will end the inning on the 5-4 groundouts. They leave 2 more on base, but they have got a 6-1 lead going into the bottom of the 4th. Barnes' pitch count is in the 80s, 87 now. 11 pitches that inning. That's crazy. 11 pitches, even though he walked 2 batters. That's ridiculous, honestly. Oh, Weiss back out on the mound. He will be facing the 6, 7, 8 hitters. So Yoon Dong Hee, Son Ho Young, and then Yu Gong Nam to start the 4th. We'll see if it goes a little bit longer. Soul Milk. Soul Milk. If I put this on, I can super awesome because I have pots. I can do everything if I just put on a full body cast of Icy Hot, is what that commercial really says. Which one? The Soul Uyu? All right, here we go. Yoon Dong Hee, first pitch is lifted. L'Oreal gonna go watch it. One hop into the wall, and he's gonna have himself a leadoff double. Soul Milk. You don't think it sounds nearly as cool? All righty. Weiss has ran into trouble his last 2 innings. After that's 1, 2, 3 strikeouts starts. He is not doing so well. As Son Ho Young steps in and looks at strike 1 right down the middle, and it's 0-1. 205 on the season for the third baseman. And the 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Lotte is 3 for 8 with runners in scoring on base, but they're 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, as that is outside, and it's 1-0. So 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and that one hit was the one run that they have. Back in the second inning, it was that single by Na Sung Yup. Oh, the 1-2 pitch says throw the as he fouls that away. I don't know what he was signaling. I think he was trying to do like what's that, Fruit Ninja? I don't know if that's showing how old I am. The old Fruit Ninja app. All right, sets up on the outside, and he doesn't chase, and it's 2-0. Yeah. I mean, we all know what the original game was. The original app, the best app ever. I'll give you a chance to say what it is first. The 2-2 pitch. No. That's the original. No, I've watched somebody beat it. There was one person that beat it. But no, the swing and a miss as he swings at a pitch that almost hit the line on the other batter's box, and that is strikeout number 6. Yeah, it takes like a day. No way. Barnes is at 86 pitches. With yeah, under definitely. He's at 86 pitches through 4 innings. All right, Yukong Nam steps in, and that is in there for a strike. Yukong Nam not happy with getting these strikes on the corners. He threw Barnes threw 42 pitches in the first inning. He was doomed doomed to the fifth after that. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, and it's fouled away. Pitch 67, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's a strike. Yoon Dong-hee, the leadoff double, still hanging out as they are now 1 for 6 with runners on in scoring position. Yeah, I think you're set, as that is outside, and it's 1-2. Not only that, Lotte's down by 6. How cold is it in Busan? These those old people have gloves on. 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. You have to wonder if Weiss is going to be able to get go into the 6th inning. 70, getting ready to throw pitch number 70 now, with just 1 out here in the 4th. He's thrown 11 pitches this inning already. He threw 11 in the first inning. And here comes the 2-2 pitch on the inside, and he chops it foul. I am watching from Daejeon, South Korea. Discovery Bay, California. I have never heard of that. I'm not going to lie. That girl's eyeballing me in the middle with the red uniform on, as that is outside, and we've got ourselves a full count. Second full count of the day for Lotte. First of the day for Yukong Nam. Go Sung Min had a single off of the defensive shortstop back in last inning, actually. All right, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Pitch clock running down, 5 on the pitch clock. Swing and a miss, and that is the second strikeout of the day for Yukong Nam, the 7th strikeout of the day for Weiss. And we've got 2 away. That'll bring up the bottom of the order, Junmin Jae. They've now, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. What did you beat it on? An old Nokia? And that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. In Junmin Jae, 392 on the season. Yeah, he just hasn't been able to finish guys. As the 0-1, and that's going to be a liner off the shortstop's glove, and that'll score a run and extend his hitting streak to 16 games. And that gives Lotte a small fighting chance, ladies and gentlemen, a small fighting chance, as Hanwha's defensive shortstop does his best. I wonder how much Weiss had input in bringing Shinmin Jae or Shimu Jun. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. There we go. Oh, a pitch clock violation for Weiss. And it's 1-0. Wong Sung Bin, and now That's probably why he got a hit because I misspelled his name. 358 on the season for Wong Sung Bin. He just had a strikeout in the first. Last inning, he had that little soft, weak liner to the shortstop, and that is in there for a strike, 1-1. Oh, Junmin Jae over at first. He has plenty of speed. With 2 outs, you have to wonder if they put him in motion, hoping to get a single scoring him from first, as that is slapped into the netting, and it's 1-2. His swings have not looked pretty at all. They are very, very defensive swingings. Spelling the local boy's name wrong. All righty, here comes the 1-2 pitch. And they check over at first. He slides back in. So 18 pitches this inning, 24 last inning, 23 in the second inning, 76 pitches getting ready for 77 now. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he's ugly looking swing again, as that'll be strikeouts number 8 on the day for Weiss. And we will go to the 5th inning. It's 6-2 Hanwha, as Lotte is chipping away at the old score. Yeah, and I mean, well, the thing is, sometimes that is not a good thing. When you've got guys sitting for so long, a little rusty. I mean, when was the last time Kim Saw Hyun had to pitch? Has it been? No, it's been longer than that. He hasn't pitched since last Thursday. It's been 7 days since, or 6 days since he pitched. Last time he pitched was against SSG on the 17th. So a week off. And that's that's saying that he actually even comes in. I mean, what if he doesn't even come in? They're up 4. But this manager overuses those guys. SSG is up 11-1 now against KT. Cuevas gives up 10 runs in 4 innings, gives up 3 home runs, 12 hits, 3 homers, and 10 runs. All right, top of the 5th. No, Cheon Sung will lead things off for Hanwha. And first pitch is in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. And Chopper, shortstop, grabs it, throws across the bag, and safe as he pulled him off the bag. The throw was way high, and he is going to be in there with an error. I believe they're going to replay this. Oh, I think he's out. He's out. Scored and out is what you mean. I'm surprised you don't pull the little league stuff. Ty goes to the runner. Eugene Young will be coming up, whether he is coming up to hit. He's out. Yeah, he's out. I'll just put that up there now. He's out. He's out. What's taking so long? Kid enjoying the juice box back behind home plate. What a life, man. Hanging out at a baseball game on a Wednesday night, drinking a juice box. All right, Eugene Young will step in. You jealous about the kid with the juice box back behind home plate too? I am. All right, Eugene Young steps in and he fakes the bunt, and it's ball one. 90 pitches now for Barnes, 295 on the season for Eugene Young. As he flirted with the 300 club and looks at ball two outside at 2-0. Flirted with it, took it out to dinner, and didn't get a second date apparently, as the 2-0 is running inside, and it's 3-0. Uh-oh. Try refreshing it, as that is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Yeah, I've heard that my broadcast is a little ahead of Soup's, but if you refresh Soup's broadcast, it'll you'll be able to match up fairly well. All right, Eugene Young walks there, and they'll have another base runner here. The fourth walk of the day for Hanwha. Brings up Im Jong Chan. Im Jong Chan getting his first hit, our first at bat of the day. Im Jong Chan was 1 for 3 or 1 for 2. Oh man, like 180 is the top average. Im Jong Chan is up to 167 because he hasn't had any at bats. All right, here comes the first pitch to Im Jong Chan. As he fouls that away, and it's 0-1. He just can't do anything at. Yeah, he just he. I feel like in the MLB you have what you call a 4A player, who's really good at AAA but can't ever uh, produce in the majors. I feel like Im Jong Chan is that, as that is an ugly, ugly looking swing, and it's 0-2. Yeah, it's just like he's just like they're gonna throw the slider off the plate now. I mean, he's not as bad as number 16 with chasing the slider off the plate, but he's still pretty bad with it. They may go up and in on him. Here comes the 0-2. And swing and a miss. Again, that's the typical Im Jong Chan strikeouts. EJ1 steps in now. That's the thing, is you get to the bottom of this lineup and you may not be pitching well, but no, they're gonna come out and talk to Barnes. Are they gonna switch the pitcher here? I think he's at 97. I think I forgot one. Yeah, 97. I try to keep up, but man, I it's so much going on. I always forget to add the pitch whenever there's an out because I gotta write it down. So I always forget that. All right, EJ Wan steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Sacrifice fly back in the first to put Hanwha up 5-0. 97 pitches for Barnes. Eugene Young hanging out on first base. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman is going to grab it, toss, and that will be the end of the fifth for Hanwha. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 6-2 Hanwha as Barnes actually does get through the fifth, which is surprising after a 42 pitch first inning. Very like I almost feel like that is a solid outing for Barnes. Again, 42 pitches in the first inning, then a 17, 7, 11, and 11. 98 pitches. If you would have said he was gonna only throw 98 pitches after the first inning, I would have called you crazy. I'd probably call you crazy anyway. But Hanwha goes 0 for 2 with runners on base. After that first inning, they have 0 hits with runners on base. They're 0 for 6 after that first inning. Again, they say that No Shiwan was a hit, but it was not a hit. It was an all right. Hanwha should, or sorry, Lotte. Lotte will have their number 2 hitter. Yeah, not a game to go to if you're a Lotte fan. All right, Weiss 8 strikeouts so far, 77 pitches. He'll face Go Sung Min, who looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. Single in his last at bats, but was stranded on the bases. 8-game hitting streak for him now. And the 0-1 pitch fouled in as EJ Wan takes that one off the glove. Umpire's like, "You okay?" He's like, "No, no, no, I'm fine." Yeah, I really am. Yeah. Oh, is he injured? Kim Tae-yeon was Hanwha's best player last year. He gets no respect, as that's a beautiful strike on the outside. Catches him looking for strikeouts. Number 9 on the day for Weiss. Oh, yeah. I think Kiwi was telling me about that. Do you live in Korea or do you live in outside of Korea? As that is up high. Was it his right hand or his left hand? Because I know KBO players, Australia. Okay. Are you Korean then? As the 1-0 is way upstairs, and that's 2-0. Because I know usually the right hand, they cup around the bat to bunt, and I was always taught to hold it with your fingers so you don't get drilled in the hand. Okay. As that is off our defensive or your defensive shortstop's chest, and that'll be his should be his second air, but it'll just be his first. And Jun Janu will be on first base. No. Not our. I have nothing to do with Hanwha. Oh, Chungju. I've been to that the Takujang once before. Used to ride my bike out there. And that's in there for a strike. I wondered because you knew how his name was spelt, but you're typing in perfect English. I was like, oh man, I'm always confused. As that is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Reyes 2 for 2 on the day. Pair of singles and a run scored. And that is going to be a ground ball. Wang Young Mook grabs it, but a nice play by Wang Young Mook, who probably should be over at shortstop. He wiggles his hand a little bit. Reyes will hang out on first base now, as Na Sung Yup will come up. 2 outs now. Runner on first. Weiss rough on the pitches. Me? No, I've lived in Korea since 2014. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's talking to me or you. Na Sung Yup. 86 pitches for Weiss. Na Sung Yup steps in. He singled with an RBI in his first at bat. Looks at strike one, and it's 0-1. All right, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fouled away, and it's 0-2. Did you go to the Hanwha versus Team Australia games?
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Deep below blue. As that catches him staring at it on the outside, and that strikeout's number 10. Okay. We'll take a little break as it's the 5th inning stretch. I'll be back in a few. Go refill your beverages, go to the bathroom, whatever else you need to do. We'll see you in a bit. Oh, well, you know Hanwha doesn't do real collabs. They can't be bothered with that. All right, obviously we'll have a new pitcher here. Song Jae-young, a 150 ERA on the season, 13 games, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 4 walks, 182 batting average against. That's the that's the Daejeon mascot, right? Hey, I didn't leave the team. Hanwha forced me out. Suri probably can't walk around the stadium. Probably can't get down because there's no aisles anymore. So Shimo Jun will lead things off for Hanwha. He's hitting again a very robust 169 on the season, 0 for 2 today. And that is in there for a strike. 143 on the gun. And that's going to be a chop to shortstop, grabs it, throws in time, and then that's 1 away. Why is the announcer so happy? The announcer seemed so like ecstatic over that ground ball. Like, is it just me, or was the announcer like super stoked about a ground ball? All right, Wong Young Mook will step in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And the first pitch swings, fouls that, or lifts that one up. Reyes over and catches it, kind of flopping into foul territory. He seemed to have it lined up, and then suddenly he had to start running again and dart out to foul territory. They're the home team. They should know this. All right, a quick 2 outs. Florial steps in. He's 2 for 2 on the day. He is looks at strike 1. We'll see what happens. Oh man, evening, Allen. He is he is a poor man's Ichiro. As that is strike on the bottom. All right, I want to see it. So all 3 at bats, he has fell down. He has fell behind 0-2, called time, adjusted his batting gloves, and then ended up getting a full count. He doesn't do it this time, and he strikes out as he didn't follow his routine. And 1, 2, 3 goes Hanwha for the second time today. The Lotte's got him right where they want him. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-2 Hanwha. He should have called time and adjusted his batting gloves, but he didn't. Weiss should be back out, sitting at 89 pitches so far. I don't know. Is he? They're up 489 pitches with a well-rested bullpen. He has not pitched well in his last few innings. Allen's been checking out just in the background. Because yeah, they were down 2 to 1 to Keon, but now they're up 6-2. 6-2 deuces are wild in the KBO today. Hanwha's up 6-2. Samsung's up 6-2. Doosan's up 6-2. SSG's up 11-2. Chache. We'll see. Again, Weiss is not. The last inning was okay. Gave up, had the air, but only threw 12 pitches. 11 pitches and 3 strikeouts in the first inning. But 23, 24, and 19 pitches in the middle there. All right, we'll see if Weiss comes back out. He is back out. And just like that, they flash what I've already told you up on the screen. Yeah. They're a little late, not quite as on the ball as I am, as Yoon Dong-hee looks at strike one on the curveball in the middle of the zone. I wonder, I asked earlier because I saw some old people holding signs with gloves on. All right, the 0-1 is swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 0-2. All right, the 0-2 pitch, 92 pitches coming up for Weiss. And he went around, and that will be strikeout number 11. As again, I am running out of room here. Did you type that yourself, or did you copy and paste that in there? And swing and a miss. Not messing around. He doesn't have very many pitches left. Oh, okay. As the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. And 1-1. I still have music in here somewhere for Hanwha. All right, the 1-1 pitch. It was Soho Young, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, a flyout, and fouls that away, and it's 1-2. What do I? Maybe if he strikes out somebody. Do I have a strikeout on here? And pops that one, but it's out of play, and it stays 1-2. Yeah, I think. Do I still have a strikeout? No. And swing and a miss on another pitch way in the batter's box, and that is strikeout number 12. I am out of room, guys. Where I think is it on here? Oh, there it is. There you go. I finally found it. All righty, bottom of the 6th, the 1-0 count here to Yu Gong Nam, as that misses upstairs, and it's 2-0. 99 pitches. I got to get my super awesome, world class, ladies and gentlemen, absolute world class production here by my one man crew of me. As he gets ready to throw pitch number 100 here. And the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball past the diving shortstop. And he will be on base. World class, ladies and gentlemen. World class. We got your red Got your red pitch count as he crosses over 100. Suck. Or Kiwi calls him Soju Suck. All right, so pitch number 100, Junmin Jae, 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single. And that is a ball 1 up high. Hitting a 400 on the season. Not bad, not a bad trade here. Oh, I'm sure they're fantastic. I'm sure they're very, very G-rated also. All righty, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle and misses badly, but a swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. Oh, coming down into the horizontal chat. Welcome. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Slaps it foul. And it's 2-2 now. 2-2. Runner on first. 1 for 2 on the day. They have got to score some runs as they continue to be awful with runners in scoring position and runners on base today. The 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a little flare into right field, but Im Jong-chan under it, and that will be 3 away as Weiss strikes out 12 on 105 pitches, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to the 7th. It's 6-2 Hanwha, and it is bullpens coming, ladies and gentlemen. The bullpens are a coming. Is he from Cheongju? I know Hong Sung-ju, or why can I not say his name now? Why can I not say his name? What is my deal? Ju Hyun Sang is from Cheongju, right? Yeah, I knew he went to Bokil. He went to Bokil Daehakyo. I knew that. Yeah. I remember he's from Cheongju, and Park Chan-ho is from Gongju. So Yu Gang-nam is now out. It'll be Jung Bo-gun will take over behind the plates. Can't get the soup feed. All right, Moon-hyun Ben steps in, looking for his first hit of the day, and he's going to bunt it right to the pitcher who throws to first, and that is a quick 1 away. No Shiwan will step in now. And that'll be it for him. We'll have another pitching change, as they probably are going to be bringing a righty here to face No Shiwan, Chan Sung, and In Jin Young. So we'll have a little pitching change. Oh, that'll be it for him. Go ahead and see who's coming in next. Kim Kong Hyun will come in now. I don't know how old you are, but were you around for the Hanwha, the OB Bears days when Doosan was in Cheongju and Hanwha, or in Daejeon, when they because I believe the hey, I don't know, man, I don't know, because the first ever Korean series game was played in Cheongju. Yes, but the first ever Korean series game, it wasn't called the Korean series at that point, was played in Cheongju, where OB won. So Kim Kang-hyun on the mound, 2.45 ERA, and first pitch to Noshiwan is nowhere near a strike zone at all. Yeah, Bingray. Some good old milky Daejeon. And the 1-0 is that is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. It throws over to first, and it's 2 away. I'm not quite that old. Pretty close, but yeah, pretty close. I think he played a couple days before I was born. And that's inside, and it's 0-1. No, I just baseball. Oh, it's Cheon Sung, the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. I have been to a Samsung Blue Fangs game. I've been to a handful of Daejeon Hana Citizens games, but for the most part, just tackle the baseball world. The Red Sparks. That's the girls volleyball team, right? I don't know what's up with the score bug for Spo TV, but it is incorrect. Mine is correct. As that is swing and a miss, and a strikeout number 1 and out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes Hanwha once again. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-2 Hanwha. Yeah, I went, oh man, I want to say 2015, 2016. I went and watched Samsung Blue Fangs, and then whatever the Red Sparks. Yep, yeah. I used to play baseball with him. Back in 2015, I think, whenever I first started playing baseball here in Korea. He's married with a kid now. He's got a little chunky one. But he's still jumping around, swinging his arms, blowing his whistle. He's been there for forever. Because he was in Dejan, right? And then he went to like SK for a season or something. Or I want to say like yeah, he went to SK for a season. Yeah. All right. Top of the order will be coming up. Weiss, obviously not in there. We'll get rid of all of those big Ks. Pak Song-hwan out on the mound, 3.27 ERA, 2-2 on the season, 3 holds, 13 games, 11 innings, 12 strikeouts, 6 walks, 205 batting average against. And Wong Sung Bin fakes the bunts, but it is a strike. Yeah. Lots of slaps. Yeah. 0-1 back to Pak Song-hwan, the big jump, and then almost airmails it to Cheon Sung, but that will be one away. He was so excited to throw another ball that he almost airmailed it to Cheon Sung over at first. Like a hat off the mound as he jumps. He's not that tall. 187. I find it funny that you're calling somebody tall. Are you talking about Cheon Sung? As that is in there for a strike. Everybody in Korea is short compared to you, man. As that is going to be a little flare into left, but Im Jong-chan makes the catch, and that is 2 away. That is going to bring up Jun Junu. Apparently, Pak Song-hwan is taller than Cheon Sung. No, local boy's in right. Yeah, Lee Jin Young is in left. Im Jong-chan is in right. All right, so time is called, but here we go. Jun Junu, 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts, did reach on an error, and that is ball 1 outside, 1-0. Wonder if you can hear his screams all the way down in Australia. As the 1-0 is, did he lay off of it? Lee Jin Young once again. Come on, he went around. He went around. Ooh, might have gone around on that one. And here comes the 2-0 pitch, way outside, 3-0. But a big grunt. A grunt will get you a strike. All righty, here comes the 3-0. Will they pipe it down the middle? And they will not. They will throw it way out of the batter's box, and he will be on base with Reyes coming up. I feel like Pak Song-hwan just gets so amped up and so excited that he can't control anything. All right, Reyes steps in. He is 2 for 3 on the day, and that is in there for a strike on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Kim So-hyun in for a 7-out save. All right, the 0-1 pitch to Reyes runs in, and it's 1-1. So after this will probably be what Hong Sung Hyuk as the 1-1, and that is inside, and it's 2-1. Park Sang Won or Kim So Hyun? All right, the 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that is low, ball 3. Kim So Hyun, he had one start. He started what, a couple years ago? Oh, I mean, again, Hanwha hasn't had the same starter for 2 years in a row for 6 years. As that is going to be off the handle, but it's going to bloop over Wong Young Mook. And Jun Janu read it perfectly and heads to third base. They'll have runners on first and third with 2 outs. And Na Sung Yup coming up. No matter, I will always, again, not about Kim Bum Su's abilities. I will say he is to me, he is the friendliest player. Yeah, we are best mates, man. He is the nicest guy to me. He always talks to me, always says, "Hey, what's up?" Always he wants to talk and have a conversation with me. Kim Tae-yeon is always like, "Oh, oh, oh." Yeah, Kim Tae-yeon is always like in disbelief or shock when he sees me. Alrighty, first and the third. Na Sung Yup steps in. Now, RBI single in his first at bats. Left runners on in his other 2 at bats. That's in there for a strike. Is the 0-1. Catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. You got that fork ball dancing. He rear back for this fastball, 150. 138's an outside, and it's 1-0 or 1-2. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, that was rough. I remember that. And the 1-2, chopped foul, and it stays 1-2. Was that 2019 or something like that? I can't remember exactly what year that was. Yeah, that's what I thought. The 1-2 upstairs, and it's ball 2. Yep, Han Young Duk. Everybody thought Hanwha was going to be the, yeah. And the 2-2 pitch fouled straight back, and it's still 2-2. I remember, yeah, everybody thought Hanwha was going to be like suddenly taken off because of 2018, but nobody looked at the fact that in 2018, in the last 100 games of the season, they were the 3rd worst team in the league. They just had really hot up at the beginning, and then LG just pissed themselves that whole season. That is going to be a little single into the gap. Florial over to cut it off. 1 run is in, and Reyes will hold up at third, and another RBI single for Na Sung Yup. And it is 6-3, ladies and gentlemen. Baseball game is a brewing. That was the first year I had season tickets. As that is a ball one to Yoon Dong-hee. Yoon Dong-hee does have power. Again, he has 1 home run on the season. He's 2 for 3 today. And 1 home run. Again, the first ever home run over the monster in right field at Hanwha's new stadium. As that just catches the top of the zone, and it's 1-1 now. Yoon Dong-hee, the center fielder for the Korean team. Yeah, many times that season. All right, here comes the 2-1 pitch. And that is ripped past the jumping shortstop. He's going to come up throwing. And the play at the plate. Out. 1 run does score, but the throw by Lee Young gets the outs, or I should say, the throw by. I don't know why he sent them. That was a clean single to right field or to left field. I don't know what the hell he was thinking sending him. But anyway, we'll go to the 8th inning. We'll sort out all of those details in just a bit. Yeah. I don't know why he sent him. Na Sung Yup is not exactly a speed demon. Lee Young has a pretty good arm. Again, he's normally a right fielder just playing left field since Im Jong Chan is over there in right. But yeah, I don't know what the heck that was. "11 hits, 4 runs." That's because they only have 1 walk. That first inning, man, that was rough. Yeah, I do not have that music. All right, so we've got to the top of the 8th here. Kim Kang-hyun, we'll see, is he still out there? Yeah, Kim Kang-hyun is still out there. Lee Young steps in. He just had the big throw. See if he does anything now as he looks. It's ball 1 on the outside, and it's 1-0. Walked in his last at bats, 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBI double back in the first. Scored a run, a ground out to the first baseman, and a walk. And that is in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Slowly chipping away, down 6-0, and suddenly it's 6-4. And here comes the first, and that is in there for a strike. It's 2-1. And you can hear the Hanwha chants going in the background if you're listening. In there for a strike, and it's 2-2. We'll see. Oh, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Again, he's got a probably this is his only batter. Is that is going to be to the second baseman. Throws the glove out, spins around, and throws him out over at first. And that will be 1 away. Again, you have Im Jong Chan coming up, a lefty. Then you have EJ Wan and Shimu Jun, both righties, so we'll see if he stays in. Definitely not a natural second baseman. Slide. Head first slide, and you're safe. Kim Jong-chan fouls that away, and it's 0-1. Kim Jong-chan steps in. He is 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single, which would put them up 4-0 at the time. And a 1-3 ground out and a strikeout, and that is low in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Is An Chi-hong on the roster? Oh, he is. I thought Im Jong-chan was the only one that came up today. Lee Sang-hyuk is gone, as that is a swing and a miss. And it's a 1-2. Because I was, maybe he's just, I was reading, I thought they said KT series, so maybe that's when he'll start, is on this weekend. The 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Oops, wrong side. Why does it still say Kim Kang-hyun has 6 pitches? And that is going to be a double into the gap, I assume, as he cuts it off. But no, we'll stay at a single. And Im Jong-chan coming up big with a single in the 8th inning. A late inning single by him. Definitely didn't have that on my bingo card. All right, that will be it for him. We'll have a pitching change as he'll go and shave off whatever that mustache is supposed to be. And yeah, a little pitching change here. Im Jong-chan with an 8th inning single in a close game. I'm guessing 1 out RBI is EJ Wan, not An Ji-hong. Who's coming in? Mr. Water, Kim Sang-soo, will come out onto the mound. I wonder if Kim Sang-soo ever pitched against Kim Sang-soo. Yeah, they couldn't. To me, what I don't understand is Lotte's bullpen was awful last year, and this is why I don't have Lotte higher than 7th. Their bullpen was awful last year, and they didn't sign anybody to fix that this year. Oh, 8.18 ERA, 1-1, 1 save, 1 hold on the season. I just, those are moves that I just don't understand. Like LG had an awful, yeah, LG had an awful bullpen last year. So what did they do? They went and signed 2 bullpen guys in for free agency. But EJ Wan steps in. He has the sacrifice fly that actually put Hanwha up 5-0 at the time, which currently sits as the game-winning run. What was the trade? Kim So-hyun for Hong Sung-bin, As that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman grabs it, throws it to second and to first. And a lovely 5-4-3 ending inning double play. We'll go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 6-4 Hanwha. For Kim Bum Soo for who? Oh, there's always rumors of Kim Bum Soo being traded. Samsung is up 6-2 against Kia, which means they would jump Lotte if the game. Hansung, yeah. That is a scare. Again, I am not sold on Hansung Hyuk. Hansung Hyuk is, you know, that trade with Kia that brought him over, Byonu Hyuk for Hansung Hyuk, and who else came over in that trade? There was one other player that came over in the trade. I can't remember who it was. So, Hansung Hyuk, a 3.48 ERA, 2 losses, 3 holds, 12 games, 10 and a third innings. Ah, that's right, Jang Ji-soo, the guy that they left out to just get absolutely demolished and left the bases loaded, and then Kim Kyung, and then the next guy came in and gave up a grand slam to Jun Jinu, right? As Son Ho Young, first pitch, fly out to right, and one pitch, 1 out, just like Han Sung Hyuk dreamed of. And that'll be 1 away. Bring up Jung Bo-gun. And just catches the outside corner, and it's 0-1. I do too. I remember Han Sung Hyuk trying to start for a year. And the 0-1 into the dirts, and it's 1-1. They continue to try to make him a starter for about a year too long. The 1-1 pitch runs up and in, and it's 2-0. Oh, it was rough. That was the Corona days. As that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop over, grabs it, throws, and 6-3 makes it 2 outs. Yeah. Tried to coach like he was Korean, but didn't follow. He followed the Korean method, but with not decent players. They never gave him any players whatsoever. I remember the 2021 after that season when Hanwha finished in last with the worst outfield ever known to man. He could have done a lot if he was never given any players. Never given any players. As the 1-0 pitch is fouled away, and it's 1-1. I remember. Yeah, because I remember. I'm talking about 2021. After the season, and they had the worst outfield ever. They talked about, he's like, how can you fix this? So one of the questions was, how can you fix this team? Is that he fouls that away, and it's 1-2 now. And he's like, well, we're going to have to get somebody in the outfield for free agency. The only signing that they made the whole entire year or the whole entire offseason was re-signing Che Jae-hoon. That was the only signing. As the 1-2 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that misses, and it's 2-1. And Junmin Jae 1 for 3 on the day. Park Geun-woo, Na Sung-bom wasn't going to sign there, but Park Hae-min is the one that they should have signed. As he sticks the bat out, it's going to come in. Florial watches it drop in front of him, and he is on base for the second time today with a 2-out single. That'll flip the lineup back over. Yeah, Park Geun-woo, Sona Sup, Na Sung-bom, Park Hae-min, all those guys. Well, hello, sir. Just talking about the glory days. Is Junmin Jae on first base, 2-out single here is Lotte trying to come back from down 6-0 in the second inning. Wang Sung-bin steps in, and that's going to be a chopper past the infield, and just like that, they've got 2 runners on, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Hanwha bullpen. Will they bring him in? All right. Will they bring in Kim Saw-hyun here? They're going to have a little mound visit, a little powwow. EJ Wan and Han Seung-hyuk. Just telling them, hey, let's get somebody out. And then we can go into the dugout and open up the old green bottle. Kim Il-sung-gun. Number 38. Very similar to the 38th parallel. The line that separates North and South Korea. The dictator of the dugouts. As that is going to be a ground ball. Cheon-sung off of his hand, but is able to recover, and they'll leave 2 more on. They've left 10 on base. We'll go to the 9th inning. It is 6-2 Hanwha. He was all happy and skippy there to almost have an error. Like, what was that? What was that little hop and a skip there by Cheon-sung? "13 hits. Somehow the highest scoring game. SSG wins 11-5 against KT, but they're the first game done. 16 runs, but they're the first game done. 17 hits and 3 homers. Or do they have more than that? White gets his first win. Weiss has not pitched well this season. I'm actually very surprised that KT signed Cuevas for another year. He did not pitch well last year. Yeah, I don't know what it says. What does it say? Auto snap. Super snazzy hats. Is that what? He really doesn't pitch well against Hanwha, from my recollection. All right, top of the 9th here. Shimu Jun steps in, looking for his first hit of the decade, and looks at strike 1. Kim Sang-soo, 3 pitches now. So Shimu Jun 0 for 3 on the day. And last hit was during the Reagan administration. And that's outside 1-1. I don't have his music. And that is in there for a strike as he pulls the bunt back, but he probably should have, I don't know, just ran straight into the dugout. What's he hitting? 140 on the season? Got him to steal bases and play defense. All he does is strike out and have errors. And the 1-2 low, and it's 2-2. Oh, a strikeout in the first with runners on base. A fly out to right with runners on base and let off with a 6-3 groundout. And the 2-2 lifted into the air, right fielder over, and 1 away. Come on, please keep. I'm gonna ban that name from my chat. I'm gonna put a block so that it can't be said. All right, we've got a another pitching change. Is now they'll bring in a lefty to face Wong Young Mook and Florial. He's got to be. Actually, no. The old Hanwha fans love him just because he was the original, like, drafted by Hanwha, was going to be the greatest player ever, and then just never got above replacement player. Yeah, just keep waiting, man. He'll get there. It's just a matter of time. Jung Hyun Soo. That's the thing, is everybody keeps waiting for him to. Monsters versus. Was he a pitcher? Was he a pitcher for the old Monsters team? Oh, were they they would have been teammates then. I've never watched them. I've never watched any of the games or anything. So 2.70 ERA, 17 games already this season, 10 innings, 15 strikeouts, 8 walks, a 150 batting average against. He will face An Chi Hong pinch hitting, so he's not going to be Monsters versus Monsters. It's going to be An Chi Hong looking at strike one at the bottom of the zone. Hey, 67 is a great number, just not as an average. 67, the greatest number ever. Everybody knows that. Luke might dip. They probably completely changed his swing down at the second league. Luke will probably say 31 is the greatest number, as that's going to be a chopper to the shortstop. Throws across the diamond, grabs it, then steps on the bag, and it's 2 away. Oh 6-3. Oh 6-3. I like it. See, I told you. You and Sonos up. All right, so Florial steps in, swing and a miss at a pitch way down by the other The other batter's box. 291 on the season for Florio. 2 hits, 2 runs scored, a single, a double, a walk, a 2 runs scored, and a strikeout in his last at bat. All right, he's going to be misses outside, so it's 1-1. So his other 3 at bats again started 0-2. All right, the 1-1 pitch. Way upstairs, and it's 2-1. What's his on base percentage now? Is he at 400 yet? 342. So he doesn't walk much. 10 walks on the season. And the 2-1 is going to be ripped past the third baseman. That's going to go around into the corner, and Florio will be on second with his second double of the day. And that's his third hit, ladies and gentlemen. Florio trying to get over that 300 mark as they shaded him to pull, and he slapped it right where the third baseman should have been. All right, Moon Hyun Bin steps in looking for his first hit of the day. He is 0 for 3. 1-5 ground out, a fly out to left, a walk, and a 1-3 ground out, and he fouls that into his leg, and it's 0-1. 298. You got the run and tally. 308 on the season for Moon Hyun Bin, as he is still the only player hitting over 300. He's at a different position every year he's played for Hanwha, as the 0-1 is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Dejan, what is it? Went to what is it? The Hot Springs High or something like that, or Hot Springs Elementary, because he went to Bokil. Yeah, a swing and a miss, and that's not going to endear him to anybody as he leaves another runner on base. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Lotte needs 2 before they get 3 outs, or Hanwha will cruise up on into second place in the league. I'll go ahead and change to Kim Song-hyun here. Just make a guess. Who's going to play first or second? Are they going to put Ito Yoon over at seconds? I know they're not going to have An Chi-hong play first, are they? No way. Let's see here, some calculations. Yep. There we go. That's what I figured. Yeah, I don't think An Chi-hong can play the field until until this weekend. So Kim So-hyun steps in, ERA of 0, 5 saves, 1 hold, 12 games, 10 and 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 3 walks, a 118 batting average against, and a .66 whip. He will face the 3-4-5, and that is a first pitch grounder to the shortstop who grabs it, throws, and in time, one pitch, one out, and that is how you draw it up, ladies and gentlemen. Sawing bats off with his sidearm delivery. Reyes steps in. He's 3 for 4 on the day with a 3 singles, a run scored, 2 runs scored actually, and an RBI as that is outside, and it's 1-0. Outside at 2-0. .308 on the season for Reyes. Again, Reyes started off rough, but has found his stroke as he is just watching the pitch not come anywhere near. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle, and he misses. Ball 4, 4 pitches, 1 walk. And that will bring up the tying run. The series, the Hanwha versus Lotte series. So Na-Sung Yup steps in. He is 2 for 4 on the day with a single and RBI, a double and an RBI, and a strikeout and a pop-up, and that is in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Told you he hasn't pitched in a week. I don't know which is worse, pitching 2 days in a row or not pitching for a week for Kim So-hyun. And here comes the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-0. All right, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Outside, 3-0. Who are you saying please for, Jung Jun Min? Oton team. And the 3-0 right down the middle. 3-1. Right down the middle is Kim Jong-soo and Jung Woo-ju are warming up. Kim Jong-soo is not warming up. Jung Woo-ju is warming up. Yoon Dong-hee on deck as they will have a pinch runner here. Reyes will come out. And the 3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4. As the Eagles fans with the Kim So-hyun, whatever that is. And they've got runners on first and seconds now with Yoon Dong-hee stepping in as they'll have another pinch runner. So Jung Do-sung will pinch run, or is pinch running for Reyes. And Na-Sung Yup will also come out, so they'll have a pinch runner there. Yeah, he's a bit wild. You could say that. So, runners on first and second. Yoon Dong Hee steps in. Yoon Dong Hee, 3 for 4 on the day. Swing and a miss. It's ball one, and that is 0-1 now. Still trying to find out who is on first base. There we go. Hante Yang. Hante Yang over at first base. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Time is called on a pitch that just caught the bottom of the zone. A beautiful time. All right, the 0-1 pitch. 0-1, not 3-1. Way outside, and it's 1-1. Would have been a ball if, or would be 2-0 if he didn't swing at the first pitch. Now you're really thinking about that call to send him home from second on a sharp single into left field. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. Or misses inside, and it's 2-1. Again, it would be 3-0. I don't know how many times I've said this. These sidearm guys really struggle. They tend to rely on deception more so than throwing strikes and catching the outsides. As here comes the 2-1 pitch, sets up right down the middle. And that's going to be a ground ball to Noshiwan. This 5-4-3 ending game play, double play. 5-4-3 double play. And once again, Lotte poops themselves when they have runners on base, ladies and gentlemen. They poop themselves when they have runners on base. Good Lord. 8 straight wins for Hanwha. As yeah, just a sec. I gotta add this up here. So Lotte on the day, just they gave up too much in the beginning. That's all there is to it. The 5 runs in the beginning. Yeah, comfortable victory, no worries. A big double play, obviously, there in the end. I think the number one, the most important play was the single back in the 7th where they had runners on. They had Reyes on third, and Nasung Yup over on second. It was a clean single to left field, and they sent Nasung Yup from second, and he was easily out at home. Instead of they had Pak Sang-won, who was struggling mightily at that point. He had already thrown 20-something pitches in the inning. And instead of having runners on first and third or second and third with 2 outs, they ended up getting thrown out at home, ruining the momentum. So I think that was the main play right there. That was the big play that ended up costing Lotte the game. They just could not hit with runners in scoring position. They had 4 hits with runners in scoring position. All of those scored the runs. Hanwha just had the huge first inning. The started with an error, a single, and then Wang Young-mook was thrown out at third as he was caught too far off the bag on the ground ball to the first baseman. A great play by Nasung Yup to get Wang Young-mook over at third. But then a single, a walk, a double, a single, and a sacrifice put Hanwha up 5-0 in the first inning. They batted all the way around. From there, Barnes really settled down. Again, there was an error that they said wasn't an error. It definitely was an error. So Barnes really gave up 6 runs, but 3 of them earned, not 4 earned. And the errors ruined the game for Lotte, as could have easily been a 4-3 victory for Lotte if it wasn't for the errors. The errors cost them 3 runs. And not only 3 runs, but they cost Barnes a lot of extra pitches, and then they got into the bullpen. The bullpen pitched really well for Lotte. Again, if you look at the score, they scored 6 in the first 2 innings. After that, they did not hit well. Lotte out hit them 13-8. So Hanwha, with runners on base, really didn't do well at all. After the first inning, they did not have a hit with runners on base for the rest of the game. So they went 4 for 6 in the first inning with runners on base, 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. And then after that, they went 0 for 8 with runners on base and 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. So they got out early to a big lead, and they were able to hold it. The bullpen didn't pitch particularly well. Weiss with did what he needed to do, but he again ran into a lot of problems in the middle of the game, as he ended up having throwing 105 pitches, 11 in the first with the 3 strikeouts, but then 23, 24, 19, 12, and 16 to finish with 105 pitches on the day. But 12 outs, obviously he gets the win. Kim So-hyun came in, was wild. Again, should have walked Yoon Dong-hee if he wasn't swinging at pitches nowhere near the strike zone. Instead, he rolls over onto a 5-4-3 inning double play. And once again, they do not hit with runners on base. On the day, they ended up going, let's see, real quick calculation here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 8 for 21 with runners on base. No, they didn't. The record is like 12. The record is 12. It's like Hyundai. But with runners in scoring position. Oh yeah, They went 4 for 12. Again, all 4 of those hits were RBIs. Their 4 runs came from the 4 hits that they had with runners on scoring position. So they stranded 11 runners. They out hit Hanwha. I feel like their bullpen outpitched Hanwha's bullpen, but that first inning for Hanwha just set the tone. That means tomorrow the Hanwha will look to win, making it so that they get 2 and even up the series against Lotte. That's important because Lotte won the first 2 games of the series against Hanwha here in Daejeon. If they can get 2 wins in Busan, where Hanwha really, really, really struggles against Lotte. They do not hit well. They do not play well in Busan. The fact that they got to Barnes early and everything really turned it on for Hanwha, and they were able to hold on. Real quick around the league, Samsung ends up winning 7-2 against KBO, which means Samsung should pop up into the 3 spots, I believe. Maybe the 4. Let's see. Lotte will drop down into 5th. Samsung will move up into 4th. Hanwha moves up into 2nd, where KT, with the big loss to SSG, moves down into 3rd. LG's currently up 3-0 against NC, as they're trying to avoid losing for the 3rd straight game on the season. Yeah, I know they tied the record, and then so they've set their own record or whatever. Doosan's up 7-2 against Kiyoum. Looks like LG hangs on to win with a 3-0. Gives up 1 hit to NC. So Song Seung-gi, 6 innings, 94 pitches, no hits. Didn't give up a hit until the 9th inning. The closer comes in and gives up a hit. Otherwise, LG would have had 2 no-hitters in 2 weeks. But that will be a anyway. Hanwha wins, hangs on to win 6-4. I will be back tomorrow for once again another Hanwha versus Lotte game. It should be Yuhan Jin versus who should be starting for Lotte? Pak Seung. Pak Seung does not pitch well against Hanwha, but he pitches very well at home against Hanwha. So it'll be Yuhan Jin versus Pak Seung. We'll see if Hanwha's offense can show up past the first inning. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and until next time.